Welcome back, friends. I heard a quote recently, and it goes, "The curse of discipline is that every one of your days looks the same. And the curse of indiscipline, having no discipline, is that every single year looks the same." And I pondered on that for a while. I think back to my early days when I was learning to play sports, or I was learning to play the piano, or learning the basics of education. And every single day, we would try to get a little bit better at whatever we were doing. And as you become an adult, there's less and less opportunities to do that are forced in your face. School makes us do that. But as we become an adult, we have to choose to continue to learn. We have to choose to continue to pick up skills that we don't have and to continually push to get better in those areas, or else we don't get better. And that resonated a lot with me because as I've moved out of my phase of college and into more of a professional role, I found that I have to actively choose to do hard things or just to choose to do new things. I can get stuck in my routine. And if my routine is not something that is discipline, something that is making my life better, my relationships better, my health better, it's very easy to just stay in with what's comfortable. But having boring days, or at least days that look the same, it ensures that you won't have a year that looks the same over and over and over again. You will actually make progress. I think humans innately are afraid of failure. And I think this has to do with our biology, because failure means a chance of death before we lived in such a time that was so safe. And if that were the case, if failure meant death, because even still to this day it feels like death. So many people are more terrified of public speaking and being made look the fool than they are of actual imminent danger. The response is the same. The response is the same for failure or embarrassment as it is for actual danger. And that got me thinking. If we're unwilling to change our daily habits, our years will look the same. But when we change our daily habits, we're admitting the fact that currently our position is not where we want to be, which, number one, very difficult. And number two, we're actively going against the system that wants us to stay where we're at, because we know that this system is safe. So if we stay in it, it's comfortable. And humans crave comfort because it's safe. We know it's safe. But that takes away your ability to actually achieve things in your life. And I'm not talking about trying to be the best chess player or basketball player, or any professional athlete or actress, or I'm talking about just improving your life. With a little bit more work, 5 minutes a day compounded over and over and over again, your day might not look that different as it did yesterday, but your year will. Adding 5 to 10 minutes of reading before bed changes how much knowledge you actually accumulate and how much information you'll be able to talk about, or what story you can interact with your friends who have read the same book. 20 minutes a day of exercise could be the difference of you having these health outcomes that are very negative as you age. Or it could be, if you take it seriously, something that changes your life, extends your life, adds years, adds healthy years to your life. these little changes, they don't seem like a lot because day to day they are not a big deal. But when you zoom out and you start looking at the year or decades worth of your life and what you would want to accomplish decades in the future, you're going to be able to zoom out into a place where the scope of your view is actually long enough to see what 5 minutes extra a day working on that project will do. It's it's really interesting because that's the key to success. Those little things that we do every single day, we're making a choice. Our habits are a choice, either towards or away from the life that we wish we were living. And we don't take that choice seriously enough. Some of us do, and I try to as often as possible, but it's difficult because it seems so insignificant to spend 30 extra minutes doom scrolling because we can't see the immediate impact, negative impacts on our mental health, on the time taken away from productive hobbies that we might have, time that we could spend towards relationships or learning something new. The life that you want to live is a couple 5 to 10 minute habits added to your life or taken away from your life, compounded over years. It's on the other side of that. You're almost there. But because you don't have that frame of years to decades, you're forgetting how important these habits are. You need to remember that those habits are what make you you. You are choosing who you are through your daily actions. So take that seriously. Show yourself some love. Look at the harsh truths that might be holding you back and do something about them. Choose today to do one of those 5 minute steps that could change your life and see where it goes. You're risking 5 minutes out of your day for the chance to have something great by the end of this year. I can't promise you results tomorrow. There won't really be much. But 365 days from now, there will be. You can be a much smarter human, a much nicer human, a human with a much better emotional tolerance. You can have such a better understanding for how this world works, how your relationships work, the depth of those relationships, new hobbies, a new life, new finances. Basically, anything you want to get better at is on the other side of 5 to 10 minutes per day of dedicated work towards that goal. It doesn't take a whole lot. So start today. Start stretching towards those goals that you have. I've started to work on an app that teaches these emotional skills, these psychological skills that we should have been taught in school. It teaches self-love and what that actually looks like. It explains how it's not an echo chamber. And sometimes you have to take a look in the mirror with love and compassion and kindness. Not being nice. Kindness and niceties are not the same. And this app is exploring that. It's teaching you what it looks like to have self-love. It teaches you to look in your relationships and it shows you a path to more emotional understanding of simplistic psychological tools, teaching you how to meditate, teaching you how self-love works, how relationships work, and everything that I talk about in this channel. If you'd like the link to that, I can send it to you. It's not quite live yet. It's just a prototype. But I care a lot about the education system, and it is failing us. So I want to do something to make that better. This is going to be a free app. just to educate people. It's based on information that I talk about and experiences that I talk about in this YouTube channel. And it's backed by real science, real psychology that I studied while getting my psychology degree. And I hope it does something good for this world. Because Lord knows we need it. And the better that we can get our education system, not necessarily through school, because that's it's a lost cause, it feels like. But if we can push people to get better educated in an emotional sense, and their EQ and their IQ, if we can push those, that's only going to make society better. It's going to make your relationships better. So if you want to try this app before I publish it and give me some feedback, I would love to hear what you think of it. I love you guys, and happy learning.